the previous video I created, I stated my reasons why I switched to Galaxy Z Fold 6 and how it easily became one of my most productive devices. In this video, I'm going to show you some of the settings that barely anybody else talked about, and also some of my applications that help achieve this productivity. So first thing first, I want to show you an alternative to Edge panel and also shortcuts on the navigation bar. You don't have back button as swipe. We can achieve that like this. And we can have additional features like, for example, multiple shortcuts. We can have recent apps. We can have quick search or recently opened applications. We can have access to quick finder. And also I set a auto rotation as a shortcut because it's highly used for me. And also quick access to the control center. So let's see how we can do it. First of all, let's go to the settings and turn off the edge panel. So if I go here, edge panel, turn it off. And then for the navigation bar, if I don't want it to make it like an iOS style and the classic Android style, I can find navigation bar and then use buttons instead of swipe gestures. So next thing is we're going to go to the Galaxy Store and search for Good Luck. I want you to install this Good Luck. I already have it installed, so I'm just going to go ahead and open it. And then after this, we're going to go to Life Up. And there is one application you need to install. It's usually on the list. It's called One Hand Operation Plus. It's usually, if it's not installed, it's down here. You can search it up. And once you install it, it will appear up here. And once you tap on it, it gives you all these settings. You can play around with the settings, but it's quite customizable. It's basically the swipe area. You can expand it, shrink it, resize it, move it up and down, reposition it. What I'm interested in is this left hand and right hand. Once I go to the left hand, for example, configuration, I set all my short swipe up, down to back keys, and my long swipe are, for me, to the right is quick finder, and then task switcher. If I swipe up and if I swipe down is quick launcher. As on the right hand side is again back button for the short swipe, because I don't want to make it too complicated. Straight to the left, finder search again, then quick tools and auto rotation. You can set it to whatever you like, because this is me, I like it this way. For me, quick finder is very critical to have. Also, auto rotation is something that I'm highly using, so I don't want to multi-tap to achieve it. And then access to the control center. The applications that I'm using more often, this is completely replacing the edge panel for me now. I can add or remove apps from it. I can even add more than one page to it. Beside that, I have access to the recently opened application, just like swipe up in iOS, and I can close every application. Next thing is more of a mindset and personal organization. How you treat this device. To me, it's not only a phone, it's two-in-one devices, and I treat them differently. Folded for me is completely different device, and unfolded is different. My unfolded tablet, I would say, is completely a productivity-focused device. While when it's folded, I'm more free to roam around socials, check news, communicate, and do whatever I want with it. How I do it. There is a setting on this device. If you go to settings, and then on top you will see cover screen mirroring. We're going to keep this off because it treats the device as two separate devices now. Now what I did here on the folded side, I put all my social icons, things that I need to quickly access like banks, Ring application, and also things that can easily send me a notification to distract me. But on the unfolded side, I placed all my productivity applications. For example, things that help me learn, things that help me write or read, my task management tool, my financial management tools, and everything that requires a distraction-free environment. As I said, this is more like a mindset, how you treat this device because I see the potential, I see the capability of this device. You carry two devices in your pocket and you are being able to separate these two devices by function, by attitude. So to expand on the previous feature, now we are going to apply some restrictions to the phone. We want to treat this phone differently, as we said. Yeah, we want to be focused once it's unfolded and be free. Just get any notification once it's folded. So in order to achieve that, we go to the settings here in mods and routines. We can define multiple mods. You can add custom. Here I added work and free. Work reflects my unfolded and free reflects my folded mod. So if I go to the work and if I tap here, I want to be on until I turn it off. Then I will add condition. In my condition, if you scroll down, you should see an option here which says that folding status. So this reflects the physical folding status of the device. Completely open is unfolded. We're going to set it to this mod. And then we can apply, you can see it turned on. So we can apply now different restrictions. We can apply different actions. Here I turn do not disturb on. I do not want to receive any notifications, only maybe urgent calls or messages. I want to restrict apps, only allow certain apps to send me notification or be able to access them. And then there are a lot of different customization you can do for yourself. You can add different actions. You can even change the theme or wallpaper or lock screen wallpaper. But this is now applied. Yeah. And now we can go to the free mod, which is our folded mod. Again, scroll down to the folding status and completely closed, which means that once the phone is folded, this mod will be activated automatically for us. Stay focused again. You can add or remove restrictions to the apps, to the device itself, to the notifications, to whichever you want. And you can add actions also. Let's go ahead and try it now. So if I fold the phone and if I go to my settings, to my control panel here, I should be able to see that, yes, the free mod is activated now for me, which means that certain restrictions are removed. And if I unfold it, now the work mode is activated, which means that certain restriction applied. I don't receive notification. I am fully focused now. I can just be productive with this device. Now let's see how we can make the best use of the screen. I mean, side-by-side applications, multitasking. For that, go to the settings, advanced features, should be, yes, on the bottom of your settings, labs, and enable this multi-window for all application. This enforces more application to be used side by side. Once enabled, then you can open any application on one side of the screen and more application on the other side. For example, here I have my expense manager and the app that is connected to my bank accounts, which I usually track my expenses manually. I open expense manager on one side and my connected app on the other side, and I enter my transactions. The reason I do it because I have joint accounts and I can manage it manually better. So the applications can also be flipped over or arranged on top of each other. It is not limited only to two applications. I will show you later. You can favorite this now to home screen, which stores your assembly on your home screen. It's not limited again to two applications. You can add 3 or more applications. And if I, like, for example, tap on this one, I should get the exact same screen that I had before with the same assembly. Now let's try the same thing with 3 applications. As you can see, I arranged 3 applications here on multitasking, and I can add this to home screen with the same assembly. Whenever I tap this, it should bring me back to this screen with 3 applications side by side. Next, I'm going to introduce 5 different applications that I'm using to boost productivity. One is note-taking, another one is task management, calendar, and also 2 other utilities which I'll show you later. By the way, this part of this video is going to be expanded in another video which I'm preparing, which completely focuses on the productivity applications and the alternatives that I used on iOS. But for the calendar here, I've tried many and I ended up with Samsung calendar, which I think is limited to Samsung devices. I'm not sure, but it's really good. I can see that it has natural language processing. As you can see, it detects and understands my language. And as for the task management, Todoist was the best thing I could come up with. Still couldn't see anything better than this, and it's cross-platform, which is quite good. It comes with a set of helpful widgets, nothing lags in compared to iOS, and the reminder and natural language processing is on the free tier as well, which means that you do not need to pay for it. As for the note-taking, I use Obsidian and Keep together alongside, because Obsidian is fantastic for data store and long-term storage of data, but quick capture on mobile is a bit limited, and if you used it before, you know it. For quick capture, I use Google Keep, and Google Keep has been around for a long time. It's quite reliable and it's quite robust, and it's accessible across all your devices. I recommend you to add this widget because it's quite helpful for the data capture. It gives you all different options for photo, audio, drawing, and note, and also as well as to do. I added this quick capture for Todoist as well, which is quite helpful at times when I want to capture something quickly, a to-do. And let's try the natural language processing. As you can see, it picks up my language quite easily. It creates a recurring task at 10 p.m. as a reminder. And I'm not on a pro plan yet, which means that I can use it without any limitations. Let's try the quick capture on Google Keep. For example, here I type something that I want to capture quickly, and then I can send it to a different application. For me, it's Obsidian here. I will add it to my daily note, which you can see that it is added. This is how I capture my tasks and notes on this mini tablet. The two very helpful utilities that I'm using, one is File Manager. In compared to native Samsung File Manager is flawless. It gives me a very good overview of the data usage, data organization. I can see the images, I can see my basically root file structure. I can see all my downloads, I can see my applications and how much storage they occupied. I can have access to my clouds directly here and a lot of different things. It has a much better overview of what is going on in my phone, and the subscription price is not crazy. So at some point in the future, I might subscribe for it. It's $2.29 for a month. The other utility application is Swift Keyboard, which helps me a lot. It's very different from other keyboards. I tried Gboard by Google. I tried Samsung native keyboard, and I think Swift Keyboard is way ahead of them in terms of swipe, in terms of customizability, and in terms of prediction. It can store your data locally if you do not sync, and I don't mind. I prefer to sync my private dictionary because it syncs across all my devices, including iOS, and I can use it. The swipe to type, I think it's called Glide. It's quite robust and accurate. I'm using it a lot when I try to type something single-handedly. And beside that, I would say the prediction is good, customizability is great, layout is customizable. As you can see, I split the keyboard, and as you can see, there are a lot of themes for it, so I don't think it will get any boring ever. So this wasn't all of it. In a video that I'm creating at the moment and will be published soon, I will show you all the productivity applications that I said I need to find as an alternative to iOS applications. Stay tuned for that one. I'll see you.